Hello and welcome. I am so glad you're here. I'm Beth, a creator-based coach with CMH Coaching for Life. I'm here today to help you and those you love create a life you feel grounded and at home in. Think of a life where you feel peace, love for those around you, and in a flow with just enough challenge to keep you happy and creating something wonderful. Sounds like magic, but it's not. You can create that life every single day. You can have a life full of love, excitement, hope, and creation. Our mission at CMH Coaching is to flood the earth with light through compassion, mindfulness, and hope. And I'm going to ask a favor of you. If you like what you see and hear today, think of someone you know that would enjoy and benefit from this message. Our mission is to flood the world with compassion, mindfulness, and hope. Share this with them. But for now, this is time just for you. So settle into whatever you're doing and enjoy this time with the girls, where we create that one awesome, amazing, perfect life every one of us is seeking. You gotta watch your thinking. That was beautiful. Well, it has been an amazing day, but it started out in an amazing way, right? So for the 50/50 Girl Club, in case you guys don't know, in the morning, Jaycine and Jenn and I do a phone call, just real brief, 10 minutes, and we call it Expect Miracles. Mm-hmm. And so we just have 5 or so minutes of, did you see any miracles in your life? And talk together and have a prayer and start our day together. So this morning we had a really good call. And that's what I just thought, you know what? This month, our theme is gifted and all the things that we have been gifted with. And we just need to share some of these beautiful miracle moments that we've been having with our gifted theme. It's just so cool. So here we are talking about gifted. Jaycine, take it over for me, because I am discombobulated. Y'all, I'm just discombobulated. We moved offices today, and my room, everything is in carnage. So enjoy the beautiful background, because that's not what my life looks like right now. But it's a gift. It's a gift to have a new office. It's gonna be beautiful.
It is a gift, right? Yeah.
It's a gift.
So gosh, looking around, we've had so many great discussions about miracles and about the gifts that surround us. And I was just thinking about this weekend when I had my granddaughters with me, and they didn't think it was so gifted because we had to pull weeds for several hours in 100-degree weather.
Not such a gift in their eyes, but a real gift when they're 30 and they know how to do something hard. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so after that, our treat was to jump in the pond afterwards. And so we all jumped in the pond with our floaties and just watching them play and listening to the laughter. And I think too often when I was raising my children, I did enjoy it, but I didn't bask in that and look at it as the gift that it is. So y'all who have kids at home, just a word from the wise. Take a moment each time you hear those kiddos laughing and just enjoy it and look at it as the gift that it is. And we're floating in the pond, and they're splashing and having just a good old time. And I just happened to look on the edge of the pond, and just all the little tiny flowers that were growing, and amongst there I saw a little movement, and it was just the tiniest dragonflies I've ever seen. And all around the perimeter of the pond, as I zoomed in, as I focused on that beautiful gift, were hundreds and hundreds of these dragonflies that I had never noticed before. And
so cool. How big would you say they were?
They were, oh my gosh, they were probably an inch, but they were so delicate. But as I focused in on them, they were a bright, brilliant blue. And then they had more of a turquoise blue illumination to it. And then sometimes it looked purple just based on the different light that I saw. And just, the gift of the colors that are all around us, man.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got a story to share on colors. Okay.
Oh,
it's
cool.
Really
yeah.
perfect that you brought this up. This is the Book of Awakening, Mark Nepo. Are you guys familiar with Mark?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Really wonderful. But I made a note of this because he's talking about the gift of prayer. And he's just talking about great spiritual teachers show us that prayer is the deepest pledge of gratitude, which I love the idea of recognizes the gifts we've been given and having that gratitude for them and calling that prayer the deepest pledge of gratitude. So he tells this story about a blind man. Gandhi has this quote, and then I'll tell you the story about the blind man. The quote from Gandhi is this: prayer is not asking. I don't know about you, but that's the first thing I think of when I think of prayer. But Gandhi, wise man that he is or was, says prayer is not asking. It is a longing of the soul. It is a daily admission of one's weakness. And so it is better in prayer to have a heart without words than words without a heart. We say it for you one more time. Prayer is not asking. It is a longing of the soul. It is daily admission of one's weakness. And so it is better in prayer to have a heart without words than words without a heart. Okay, think about your dragonflies and the gift of recognition. It was a heart without words, right? It was that beautiful gratitude. So he goes on to talk about this blind man that he saw rocking endlessly in the sun. He says the man had an unstoppable smile on his face, just completely blind, rocking endlessly in the sun. Not a word was uttered. But to me, he was a priest. He was a shaman, and his whole being was praying and shouting in silence that the day behind his blindness was happily enough. It was a gift. It was a perfectly beautiful thing to not see and to just rock in the sun and just love it for what it is. I just loved that. He couldn't see the beautiful colors of the dragonfly, but his heart was full with the gifts that he could see in his sightless eyes. So prayer, wordless prayer, prayer is gratitude. Jen, I know you have something to say. I can see it. Bubble.
No, I'm just thinking. I'm just like putting them all together and just, and I just kind of like, as we've been doing this, I don't even want to call it an experiment, but it's been kind of an experiment for me, this like expecting miracles moments we have every morning, is it's teaching me that what you look for, you will find.
Yes.
So throughout the day, as I look for the miracles, as I look for the possibilities, as I look for the positive, I will find it. And it's always been there.
Yeah.
I'm just now seeing it.
Yeah.
And then taking those moments to have that part of gratitude with that. And it doesn't have to be this full-blown prayer. It's just sometimes I just throw a smile up to Heavenly Father, like, or a laugh or a thank you. Yeah. Just to acknowledge that I see what is in my life.
Yeah.
Thank you for it.
Yeah. Just a thank you. Yeah. I love that.
Jen, and last week I loved your, we had talked about tacos and pie.
Yeah.
And she had a tacos and pie day, which
that's my love language. My love language is good tacos and good pie.
All right.
And I had a day that, because I had a friend come visit me, I had a day that we went to the best taco place. And so I got all this like amazing tacos. And so I was like, just happy. I come home and one of my friends from the area is an amazing baker. And she's like, oh, I just felt domestic today. She dropped by the most amazing little pie pockets.
Oh,
homemade dough, homemade inside. I was just like,
beautiful.
Pie and tacos. I had such a great day. Yeah, it was a happy day for me. Yeah.
Tacos and pie. I love it. Well, and it's really like you were saying just a minute ago, not about the tacos and pie, but about the noticing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to buy a yellow Chevy Spark. It's going to be my next car. It's what I want. And we've done the research. It's what I want to own. My van's got a ways, so I've got a little while before I own a yellow Chevy Spark, but I want one. And so I'm kind of keeping an eye out to see when the deal shows up. But once I said I want a yellow Chevy Spark, they're everywhere.
Yes.
Right? You see them everywhere. And don't you think it's the same way with once you decide to see the gratitudes, the miracles, the gifts?
Absolutely.
They're everywhere. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Everywhere.
I've never seen one before. I was just roaming the Carvana website one day and like, oh, I like that. And I had a Chevy once before that was just like that. So I want one.
But yellow.
Yellow, of course. It's very specific. Yes. A yellow Chevy Spark. Got a hatchback for my Dane. So we're good. Yeah. You see them everywhere. So miracles, gifts, beautiful tacos and pie. It sounds like life is good for a self-care summer. You guys are getting lots of good self-care in.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, that is everything I have today. I just really wanted to talk about that beautiful man who was sightless and completely happy. He says, praying and shouting in silence. Thinking about praying and shouting in silence, how do you think that affects the room and the people around you?
Well, just like him, he noticed it and even like felt what that man was experiencing.
Yeah, he was drawn to him.
Yeah, it definitely affects those around you.
Yeah.
I mean, think about on the flip side of that. When you're around somebody that's having a tantrum, you feel it.
Even if they're not saying anything, you feel it.
Exactly. You're just like, oh, yeah.
I think I'll go sit somewhere else. Very much.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Well, and sometimes like I got in my work email this morning, there was an apology from our corporate meeting our weekly wrap meeting on Friday. And one of the people had said something and it pretty much shut everybody down. Everybody was participating and it was going well. And then all of a sudden the virtual room got really silent.
Yeah.
It was interesting because, I left that meeting feeling, even though we moved forward, it was still awkward and we had lost the rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the flow that we had previously. And even though there was an apology in the email regarding the comment or comments, it still feels a little wonky to me, right? I appreciate each of the people that I work with, but this Friday, I don't know. I have from now until Friday to just kind of work through that. But
what's your process look like when you work through something like that?
A lot of when I'm working through something like that, I always go back to remembering the good parts and remembering, the purpose of why that meeting is important and what it's all about. And then forgiving, even though it wasn't directed at me, it again shut down the whole flow. And thanks for that question, Beth, because I really hadn't thought much about it. But yeah, it shut things down and it broke the whole mood of that Friday, the end of our.
It's a little bit of a contagious energy when somebody comes in like that with a negative energy in the room. And so everybody kind of takes something from it. And so I wondered how you process through. How do you get to forgiveness?
Pardon?
How do you get to forgiveness? What do you do?
So the forgiveness,
or is it just time?
no, it'll be time. It'll be working, out the
The kinks,
the kinks.
yeah.
But I think
it kinks the energy.
right. Part of this is, now as I'm thinking about it, is this is the first time I've ever heard this person apologize.
Oh, okay.
Like, the behavior wasn't new, but it's the first time that this person has publicly apologized. And so to me, like, thanks for the conversation. And you guys, this is such a great way to work through things, is to have a conversation with people you love and trust on Facebook Live. No, you don't have to do that, but yeah, just being able to talk about it with you guys is really helpful.
Well, and for me, when something like that, a dramatic shift in energy, I feel like I need to step away for a minute and just regroup. Yeah. And so I'll do something to connect me back to my creator, but I'll also do something to let go of the negative energy that I've picked up.
Right.
Yeah. One of my favorites is that Tai Chi twist or a forward fold, and let it kind of just drain out of my head. Something peaceful.
Beth taught me that one, and I was like, I love that one.
That's one of my favorites. It's a wide angle forward fold.
It just lets all of the crap fall out of her head. Just like, so that's why I just like let all of the negativity just drain out of my brain. So I do that one, and I have to laugh. I laugh sometimes when I'm in that position, because I'm just letting all of the crap drain out of my brain.
Drains out. Well, then when you get close to the floor, you can actually kind of feel the earth just pull it all out.
Out of your head.
Pull it all out and get all the garbage out of there. Yeah.
Get it all out.
Oh, I love that.
Favorites. Right. And then the Tai Chi twist seems to bring my energy back up. And then I feel brighter, like I can approach whatever just happened.
Yeah.
So I just kind of wondered, what do you do, Jen? Because I know everybody gets those weird drop the bomb moments.
Yeah.
It's
definitely situational for me.
Yeah.
And depending on who's it, but honestly, sometimes when it happens and it's just really like out of character, you're just kind of sitting back going, this is kind of surreal. What's happening?
Yeah.
And sometimes I laugh, because that's how I get rid of the negative stuff. But I've learned that I can't do that, because it sends a message to the people in the room. So sometimes I'm like, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I find this absurd. I find like I'm
absurd. Perfect word for it.
I'm in a situation that it's just like, I would never think that this would happen, So I've learned to do that differently. But for me, I have to, after it has happened, I have to I have to move my body. I have to go do something with my body.
Yes.
To get myself in a different state of being.
Yep.
Right. And for me, it's always outside. I'm going to go sit on a rock. I'm going to go ground, or I'm going to go out and pinch bugs on plants, or whatever I need to do,
Or I clean.
Yeah. So I think just creating a different physical energy to help yourself get rid of, because sometimes it's not so much for me, what was said, it was that first impact of energy that was like, like it was
shock.
It's a shock. Absolutely. And so I just have to kind of work it through my body at times.
Especially if it's a trauma kind of energy,
especially if it's very familiar and it will activate you something. But with that being said, essential oils is really good for that too.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Talk about essential oils for trauma. What are your favorites?
It just helps the brain. It helps get you out of the fight, flight, or freeze that you're activated into. It calms you down, helps you process better.
Lavender's my go-to for that one.
Yeah. And strangely enough, some citruses are good because they will stimulate the brain. So bring the brain back online.
Which is,
get you out of the limbic brain. So just you find the ones that are yours, that you like to bring calmness,
Okay, but if you didn't have any familiarity with oils, where would you begin? For doing a reset like that?
With scent, with smell?
Mhm. Where would you begin if you could only pick 2 or 3?
I would think about like, what are some of your most calming things that you like to smell? Like a lot of people, like the first peel of an orange,
or brownies,
or brownies, or cinnamon. A lot of people like cinnamon because
peppermint is my thing.
Oh, yeah. Peppermint. Yes, I love peppermint.
It's my thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, we bake with cinnamon, and it's usually associated with holidays, which is, happy or whatever. I mean, for some people, I know it can be associated, not. So you just kind of find the things that make you kind of have that feel good feeling. I know some people like the smell of coffee, like brewing coffee, that really gets them. Mm-hmm. So it's just what your smell is.
Yeah. Find what makes you happy in the kitchen and see if you can find something similar with the oils. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like flowers. That's probably why lavender's my thing.
Yeah.
Lavender and vanilla. Oh my gosh. I love the scented vanilla. Yeah.
Well, and think about when were you ever, when were you first had your experience with vanilla? It was probably baking.
It was sugar cookies.
Yeah.
So and it was Christmas, and it was everything comfortable and together. And my mom worked full time. And so when she baked cookies, it was a big deal, Yeah. So
smell that vanilla bottle. Yeah. Vanilla is a great one.
Yeah. Really good. Yeah. Gosh. Well, I'm sorry that you had that moment, Jaycine, but thanks.
Yeah. No, it was great. This was great discussion.
Yeah. To work through yet another gift. Yeah. Yet another gift. Beautiful thing. So
can I say something about her moment real quick?
Oh, yes, please. We'll keep talking. I'll talk all day.
I like how Jaycine, how you said how it was hard, but yet you were able to, after all this, say something very positive about it, which this individual actually apologized. You said that's the behavior that hadn't happened before.
Yeah.
Right.
You're looking, I think you're looking at it very objectively too. Like you're saying, oh, but look at, there's this that was the good that came out of right now, if that makes sense. So
yeah.
I like that.
That's a skill that you've probably trained yourself into, yeah? To be able to step back and be a little objective that with practice.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you were just born that way. Who knows?
But no. I had 5 brothers that continually, I had lots of practice. Yeah.
Okay. In taking a step back and kind of determining how to change your view on things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, this is beautiful. Well, I want to be like the blind man in the sun who just rocks in this shouting silence and praying silence in the day. Happy, just happy. I mean, I could just see him just so thrilled with life to be able to feel and be part of that energy, that gift. So upcoming, we have some cool stuff coming up for fall. We have U Week coming up in September, and it's time to really start thinking about that. It's going to be the second weekend in September. I think it's the week of the 12th. I know that. I can't remember the first date, but it's the week of the 12th. And it is 5 one-hour nights with training on what we do with the creator-based way. But what's really cool is out of U Week, you get that training, but out of U Week is going to come our anxiety masterclass. And I'm excited about U Week. Don't get me wrong, because it's great. It's a whole week of nourishment and beautiful things for us individually. But that anxiety masterclass is it's just shaping up to be something that's going to rock worlds. It's going to really change lives. Just to be able to take all of the tools that we have going currently, plus the new things that we're learning. And anxiety is just part of life. It's just part of the world we live in. And some days it's crazy high. Some people can't get out of bed. And some days it's really low and you just want to sit and rock in the sun, right? But it's always a part of our lives. And so being able to present all the tools in the masterclass, I think is just going to be huge. So that's going to come up at the end of U Week. Those things are happening in the next couple of months.
Yay.
It'll be a beautiful way to end the year and begin the new year. Yeah. But for tomorrow, we have Coach and Clear. Got anxiety? We got you covered. Come to Coach and Clear. That works. And then Wednesday, how's book club going?
Book club is so good. We're discussing A Dog's Purpose, the book, and it's interesting because my granddaughters, I have it on Audible, and so it's a 3.5 hour drive, and so I said, let's listen together, yeah. And so we did, which was fun. Keely's 9 and Elle is 11, and perfect. Then they wanted to watch the movie, so it was on TBS or live stream or whatever. I don't know what you call all that stuff, but they clearly knew it. So,
so you not only listen to the book, but then you watch the movie.
Then we watched the movie, but just interestingly, guys, you're welcome to watch the movie, but it's different than the book. And the movie leaves out the emotions that are integrated into the book. And just being able to, the focus, when you look at A Dog's Purpose, you can just substitute that with what's my purpose. What part of my life led me to the next part? And then when I experienced that, how did that prepare me for this part? And then when I did this, whether it was good or hard or wonderful, that 50-50, all of those things prepare us for the next part of our journey. And so like gifts. So what has your journey been? And what do you think it's leading up to, or what do you hope it's leading up to? And that's my question for book club on Wednesday. What do you hope that these parts of your journey are leading up to? So,
I love that.
And how can we help create it? Right.
Just the awareness of having the hope is going to help create it. Right. Like my Chevy Spark. I'll let y'all know when I get it. It'll be a while, but it's coming, there's the hope and there's the awareness. And it's the same way with your journey. I love that idea. That's going to be great. And then we have Jumpstart first weekend in August. It was just coming up before we knew it.
Not the first weekend. Remember, I'm not here.
Okay, fix it. Which second weekend? What's the date?
Second weekend.
Okay. Like the 12th, I think.
Yeah, the 12th.
Can you tell us about Jumpstart?
Well, you and I need to talk about it a little bit more before we.
Okay, well, here's the deal. I don't know the date and I don't know the topic, but we're going to do a Jumpstart.
I'll let you know next Monday. How about that?
And my office is a mess. So there you go. That's just life.
Just show up. It'll be a surprise.
Just show up. It'll be great.
Just show up.
It'll be good. It'll be good. It's going to be a great week. Lots of progress, lots of gifts. Take some time for self-care. Enjoy your summer. We're beginning to wind down, right? I can feel the shift. We're right on the edge of the shift from summer to fall. You can feel
days are getting shorter.
Yeah. Yep. So enjoy the sun, get your tan, get your pink cheeks, get going. It'll be great. And we will talk again in a week.
We will.
Yeah, we will. And we'll see you around for sure. Bye, y'all. Bye.
Trick that I'll share with you. I can choose a better way with every little thought I think. If I wake up with a bad attitude, I fill my mind with gratitude. I give thanks for everything with every little thought I think. I can choose to be happy, choose to be free, moment by moment. It's all up to me. 'Cause what I think about, I bring about. That's the way it is, and there is no doubt. Day by day, I pave the way with every little thought I think.
Hey, thanks for joining us today in A Creator-Based Life. I hope you felt that compassion, mindfulness, and hope you came seeking today. You can find more of it at cmhcoaching.com or on Linktree/CMHcoaching. Of course, any social media outlet, we're there too. Because you felt the benefit and light in this message, please invite those you care deeply about to join us. Help us to create a ripple effect across the globe of compassion, mindfulness, and hope. Then we can create a creator-based life together. Have a great week, y'all. We'll talk to you soon.
Moment by moment, it's all up to me, 'cause what I think about, I bring